I want to jump into those top 20s.
All right, so let's do it.
We will hear from Andrew. We'll get his pick, sleeper and fade. We'll get Chris Hennessy's pick, sleeper and fade as well. But we're going to start with Scotty Scheffler here for top 20s, Masters champion. We talked about it a little bit earlier. 4 victories on the year. Mike, what do you think? Is Scheffler top 20?
Yes. And it's not. I don't have to think about it a lot. He's that good.
I think you could play back every time we've done this.
I said it the same exact way.
Everyone says yes. It's always the same. It's hard not to.
No, when you started talking, I knew exactly where you were going to take it. It's always like that. Yes, I'm taking Scotty Scheffler. He's a no-brainer here for me. I think he's just that good of a golfer. Whenever there was a doubt, I think it was at the U.S. Open, and he just proves me wrong with the top 5 finish. So, Scotty Scheffler easily.
Yeah, I think when you start to doubt this guy, at least for us here at On the Green, is when he really just, he must be listening. He's got to be listening and say,
come on,
On the Green
who's
guys,
not an On the Green fan?
The On the Green guys are starting to doubt me. I got to really pick up a game now, and I think that happened. None of us thought the Masters would be that next step he would take after winning so much. He won that. I'm totally with you, Mike. Heading into the U.S. Open, I thought, who knows? He's kind of not playing great golf right now. He's starting to slide a little bit, and then he goes out and has a really good day at the U.S. Open. He missed the cut at the Scottish Open, so I guess that's something. But I'm not really too worried about that. I do trust Scotty and what he brings to the table. I think he's going to break the top 20. I'm with you. I'm going yes as well. Next is Jon Rahm. Mike, what do you think there?
I'm really mixed on Jon Rahm because he did not look great at the Scottish Open. He finished his 55th there. This season, he's still been really good. He's first in shots gained off the tee. So I really like that. He's done a really good job on shots gained tee to the green, 6th across the PGA Tour. And shots gained overall, he's 7th. I understand he didn't do great at the Scottish Open, but I still think that he's someone that could win. And I'm not going to say someone is going to be outside the top 20 that I have any thought that they could win. So I'm going to pick him to finish inside the top 20.
I'm going to go no with Rahm. He broke top 20 at the U.S. Open, but like you said, not really a great showing from the Scottish Open. Also, obviously, pretty disappointing on Sunday. Looked to be in contention at that U.S. Open and kind of just, fell off.
So he's still got the 3rd best odds.
Yeah, his odds are really high, which I was almost confused.
So it's McIlroy, he's got the 1, and then Shauffele and Rahm have the same exact odds, 14-1.
That is just very surprising to me.
And then it's Scheffler.
So I guess my pick here is kind of bold in saying no, but I'm gonna go.
You need the bold pick.
I'm gonna go no. I got to separate myself.
He's also the kind of guy that's gonna get cut or be top 10.
Yeah, he's one of those guys, and that's what makes I think that's a perfect transition because Colin Morikawa, I think, is another one of those guys that you don't really know what you're getting. So he's the defending Open champion, however. So, you add that into the mix. To me, this is probably like the hardest pick. I've been really conflicted with him.
Because at his best he could win. He's another guy like Rahm.
It's just like, I could see him missing the cut, to be honest. Maybe not that bad, but I could see him being out of top 20, but I could also see him winning this tournament.
I'm not sure if you were on the Green episode when I talked about it. He's so good, but can he do 4 days straight?
Yeah, exactly.
Can he play 72
it's like Rory
holes?
Too, to be honest.
Rory's
obviously playing better overall.
No, you're right.
It's a similar idea.
And I think someone like Cam Smith, like Scotty Scheffler, like a lot of these other guys have a lot more consistency in their game.
Yeah.
Whereas a guy like Morikawa, we saw that at the U.S. Open, he's the leader after the first 2 days, but then I think it was an awful Saturday that he had.
Yeah, 77
that just completely took him out of contention. And he did great on Sunday, but he wasn't enough.
Just one bad day. It's really all you need.
So I got to make a pick now?
Make a pick? I can make mine first.
You go first.
I'm going to go no. Just the lack of consistency. He's missed 2 cuts in his last 3 events.
So he got cut. He got cut.
He did not was the U.S. Open, where he did make top 20, if I'm not mistaken. He did. He did make top 20 at the U.S. Open, even with that 77 on Saturday. Just, I think that shows how good he was playing heading into Saturday, and then how good he played on Sunday as well. But no, just too inconsistent for me. I can't put any trust in Morikawa. He definitely can make top 20, but I'm going to go no.
I'm going to go yes.
Oof, that was a hesitant.
Because you know what it is? You know what it is?
Right
all the odds were stacked against him at the U.S. Open. No one was on him,
Yeah.
and I was the only one that said, yeah, he'll finish top 20. And I really know nothing to back that up.
Yeah.
So I'm going to go the same thinking here. He could win this, and I'm not going to pick him to win it, but he could. So I'm going to go top 20 again.
All right, Justin Thomas is next. Mike, how about JT?
I got to kind of mix it up here, so I'm going to go no. I think he had his moment at the PGA Championship. And he hasn't played he played really good golf leading up to it.
Mm-hmm.
And he played some good golf even at the back end after the PGA Championship, but I just feel like there's a lot of good golfers right now. I think like I said, he had his moment at the PGA Championship. So, I'm going to pick no. And how did he do at the US Open? He didn't do great if I remember.
He did not play
He
very
finished
well.
37th. He shot 7 over.
Did not play very well.
Listen, he's great. I'm just going to say no. I need some no's. I need some no's.
I'm going to go no as well. Like you said, U.S. Open definitely underperformed. He missed the cut at the Scottish last week as well. So
Okay.
if you add that into it as well, I mean, just not playing
It's
great
tough
golf
because
right
I
now.
picked Morikawa and he missed the cut too.
Yeah, no, I know. It's like you
got to pick and choose. You got to pick and choose.
It depends on the guy, definitely, but just the trend of the way he's been playing lately, I would say, more leaning towards no. And the Open actually is the only major he hasn't cracked the top 10 in his career. So he has historically been, obviously top 10 is, pretty good, but he's been very good at every other major. The Open, not as much. So I'm going to go no. Then we have the only live golf guy on our list here. We had Phil for the U.S. Open, but that was too easy for everyone, obviously, with how bad he's been playing. It's Dustin Johnson. I'll go first here, switch things up a little bit.
So you go first.
You
switch it up.
You're about to jump in. I'll go first. So I thought he was going to miss the cut at the U.S. Open, considering all the drama and all the controversy and all that stuff going on with Liv. And he was, I think, about 24th. He almost made that top 20. He's got 4 top 10s at the Open. He's got a top 20 at St. Andrews. We talked about how important history is, so I don't want to pick yes, but I'm going to go yes. I think DJ finds his way into the top 20.
Yeah, I like the pick because I'm going to go yes too. Finished 49.
I thought that pick was going to be a separator between me and you.
You went 3 no's in your first 4 picks, so I'm gonna go yes here. I've been very yes heavy outside of Justin Thomas. He finished 49th back in 2015 at the Open, but he started the tournament with the 65. He had the first day lead, and then he kind of fell off after that back in 2015. Different golfer than 2015, like everyone we're gonna talk about, but. Listen, he knows the course. He's been playing pretty good golf, and you saw that at the U.S. Open. I hate to pick someone that's part of Live Golf, but listen, if I just had to say if he's going to make it or not, I'm going to say he does. So, yes, for Dustin Johnson.
Next, we have the odds-on favorite to win it all, 9-1. I have a feeling this, is going to be a yes for both of us, but Mike, I'll go to you first.
Yeah, I'll keep it
Rory
quick.
McIlroy.
It's a yes.
I didn't even say his name, but I feel like you know who he is at this point.
I'm looking at the list, so yeah. It's a yes for me.
Okay, that's it. That's all you got. Yes. I'm with you. It's also a yes. Listen, he's been inconsistent this year, but his inconsistencies are a lot less severe than a guy like Morikawa or other guys that we've talked about. He's had, at least in the majors this year, he's had 3 majors. He's had at least one round lower than or at 67, and he's had at least one round higher or at 73. So that kind of just shows like the range of golf that he's been playing. But he's been top 10 in all 3 majors this year. 3rd at the Open when it was in 2010 at St. Andrews. Top 5s at the Open total. I mean, that kind of just is, that says it all. I think definitely top 20 for Rory. Next is Hideki Matsuyama. He's 4th place at the U.S. Open. Mike, what do you got?
I'm going to go yes. 18th in 2015. Did a great job at the U.S. Open. He's been healthier recently, so I like that as well from him. He had those injury problems at the round of the Masters, had a couple of withdrawals, but I do like him here. I'm going to go yes.
Yeah, Matsuyama, he had a huge day, 65 on Sunday. That obviously helps for that 4th place score. But other than that, he struggled this year, so not really playing great golf. Also missed the cut last week at the Scottish, so I'm going to go no with Matsuyama. I got a lot of no's this week, actually, now that I'm going through it. But next is going to be Max Homa. He's been playing good golf lately, but it's got to be he's a younger golfer. I might be wrong, but it's got to be the first time he's played St. Andrews. I don't think he's at least competitively at
I mean,
obviously.
let me see. I mean, he was
because he was on the tour in 2015, but he was not. Yeah, he was, but he did not play. Or he was playing golf tournaments in 2015. But I don't even know if he was on the tour.
This doesn't have to do it with anything, but
majors.
I mean, what a tee time at 9:59 in the morning Thursday. Tiger home of Fitzpatrick.
Yeah, that's awesome.
So I mean, if you want to know one time to watch, that's the one you're watching.
Yeah. So Max Homa's going to have a lot of eyes on him, on Thursday. So Mike, what do you think about Max Homa?
So it's like sometimes you have these picks where you kind of want to say yes, but I need to mix in a no because I'm really yes heavy and I kind of want to balance out my my picks here. So I'm gonna go no with Max Homa, but it shouldn't take away from the year he's having. He's been fantastic this year. A lot of great finishes, but statistically, he struggled off the tee. I mean, he's 30th across the PGA Tour in shots gained off the tee. Shots gained around the green, 89th. And putting, he's 44th shots gained. He's a great golfer. He's been doing a great job this season. But listen, I just don't know. I'm not sure if he's ready for this test at St. Andrews. Maybe I'm wrong, but I also do need a no. So I'll go with him no.
I'm gonna go no as well. I don't need a no, but I'm gonna go no here.
So you got 4 no's. You got 4 yeses.
I do. Are you keeping track of me?
So a little recap on Sam Davis' scorecard. Scheffler, yes. DJ, yes. Rory, yes. Matsuyama, yes. That's correct?
Yes.
And then Rahm,
no, Matsuyama's a no.
Matsuyama's a no?
Yeah.
Oh, so okay, so you're...
So I have Rory, DJ, and Scheffler.
Okay,
I
perfect.
have 3 yeses.
Okay.
Yeah. And then we have Jordan Spieth here. We've talked about him. Mike, you talked about him earlier. What are you thinking on Spieth?
So I need another no.
Wow.
And I know he has a good history here, but in that 2015 run, he was a much different golfer than we know him to be now. Like I said, I need to give something here. I think the putting's always been a problem with Spieth, especially in the biggest moments. Until I see that, I don't confidently see him doing very well at a major. I don't think he did very well at the U.S. Open. I have to double check that. But I'm going to pick no for him.
Yeah, so I'm going to go yes with Jordan Spieth. This was kind of another one I thought would separate me, and it is a little bit here from Mike. Obviously his best finish in the majors this year is 34th, which is not great.
Yeah, he finished 37th at the U.S. Open, and then at the Masters he got cut.
Yeah, and 34th at the PGA, which was his best finish. So not very good this year at majors, or really in general, to be honest. But I got to go with the course history. I mean, obviously 2015, you mentioned it, Mike, 4th there. He's played really well at Opens. He has the most rounds in the 60s at the Opens, at the Open Championship since 2015. So,
and I will say this with Jordan Spieth, he's been cut a lot this year. Travelers Tournament, he got cut there.
But I mean, look at last week too. I think he's starting to find that form a little bit.
Got cut at the Players. Yeah, it's hard to go back there.
Yeah,
I mean, a good showing at the Scottish. He goes 10 there, 4 over.
And I think just
on
like
round
maybe
4
that
too.
That confidence of being overseas, and maybe that'll help him out. Obviously.
Well, he got cut at the Travelers.
No, but I mean, just traveling over to Europe and having some success in the past at the Open Championships, and obviously having success last week, having success at St. Andrews. I think the confidence there will help him out. He's a good enough golfer, and I think he's gonna make that top 20. Tiger Woods is next year. We already kind of talked about it, but Mike, go ahead and Tiger Woods.
I'm gonna go no. I just haven't seen him play enough, and when I have seen him play, it looks like he's struggling to get through 4 good rounds of golf. I'm hoping he proves me wrong.
Yeah.
I want him to prove me wrong.
Every time, just about every time, I hope that he proves us wrong, but I'm going to go no as well. He's just not, physically there, I think, to make the top 20. Making the cut, totally reasonable. That's kind of my expectation for him, to be honest, heading in to this weekend. So we'll see what happens there. But coming off, this is the guy. We saved him for a little bit further down. Mm-hmm. Obviously, one of the favorites. Victory at the Scottish, back-to-back wins. He's got a bunch of wins on the season. Second best odds in the tournament, like you said, Mike, earlier, tied with Rahm. Xander Shauffele. What do you think?
Yeah. It's a yes for me.
Yeah, it's a yes for me as well. I don't want to overcomplicate this. He's just playing really, really good golf right now. He was also second at the Open Championship in 2018, if that adds anything to it as well. So he's had some history, in this major in particular. Obviously, winning the Scottish really helps as well. So I'm going to go yes with Schauffele. Cameron Smith, he was 10th at the Scottish. A consistent guy, like we talked about. He missed the cut at the U.S. Open, but 10th at the Scottish, has played really well at the Masters as well, has shown flashes of being really good. Mike, what do you think?
I'm going to go no just because I need to mix in some no's. He's someone that's so safe to pick because he's just that good with the putter, but it's one of those things where I feel like I need to know, and I could see him finishing 23rd or 25th or 27th, just outside of the top 20. I don't see him getting cut, though.
Yeah, no, I don't see that either. I think I'm going to go with no as well. I kind of feel the same way. I think he'll definitely be, kind of in the mix heading to the weekend, meaning he'll make the cut and he'll maybe have a shot, but will fall outside that top 20. His style of play, that ability to putt really, I think, works well for a links course. It'll definitely help. But I don't know. I just don't really have a good feeling about Cam Smith. He hasn't shown consistency playing recently with, he's obviously good showing at the Scottish, but other than that, not so great as of late. So I'm going to go no. And then last but not least, of course, we have the U.S. Open champion, Matt Fitzpatrick. What do you got?
I'm going to go yes, just because I think historically, if you win a Masters before, you're probably going to do really good the next Masters.
Major.
When you win a major, you're going to do pretty well the next major.
Yep.
Look good at the Scottish, too, so I'd like to see that. It's a yes for me.
Yeah, it's a yes for me as well. Same idea. 6th at the Scottish, I think, was huge after that U.S. Open victory to show that, he's not really he wants to win another. I think, going overseas, obviously he's a British guy, so that'll definitely help as well. I think, a little bit of pride there. I think, you add that in with Rory, too. So I like Matt Fitzpatrick there to make top 20.
Sam, I don't want to put you on the spot right now, but we have 14 names. I'm looking at the odds, and would you want to do a 15th name right now if we try to put on Zalatoris? I think he deserves to make the top 20 list, at least for us to decide his fate, if he would finish yes or no. And I'm going to go yes, that he finishes top 20 because of how good he's been playing. All the runners-up looked great at the U.S. Open. I think this could be his one. I'm not sure yet. But he is a yes for me to finish inside the top 20.
He's always a guy that we think is very close to just getting there. I mean, he's been so close so many times.
I feel like it's kind of the putter with him. Yeah. He's another guy that can, really hit it well, but he does that, kind of odd putting style that it's a little more elevated than, most guys. And I guess it works for him, but that's really been his fallback this season, not being able to hit the biggest putt. Runner-up at the U.S. Open, the PGA Championship, the Farmers Insurance. He's got 8 top 10 finishes this year.
Yeah.
He's been fantastic. The putting, he's 122nd across the PGA Tour in shots gained punting, but from shots gained tee to the green, he's first, and shots gained overall, he's 6th. So that's how good he's been. Shots gained approach to the green, he's been first. So, I mean, he's having a Morikawa-esque season where everything's going right with the iron, with the sticks, but he's just not able to get it done with the putter. I still think I like him just of how good he's been playing, so I'll go yes on the top 20.
Yeah, I'll go yes, too. It's nice. I'm glad you threw that in. I needed another yes there, so it worked out perfectly.
So perfectly.
Throw in another,
and you know what? I was looking at the
yes.
names. I'm looking at the odds. I'm like, are we really not going to pick the U.S. Open runner-up?
Yeah, U.S. Open runner-up at the PGA as well. I mean, majors this year, all 3 of them, he's been in the top 10. He's kind of having that, I think a John Rahm kind of year where he's just been in contention, Rahm in the past, in contention for all these majors. So I think that's not going to change here. And I like Zalatoris, top 20 as well.